Anthony Harbig here with a Edgewood Volleyball Coach's Corner. We're previewing the season with head coach Kyra Vencill. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you, and thank you for everything you do for the kids.
All right, when we talk Edgewood Volleyball, especially last year, we talk about the success and the fun the program has. And before we talk about this year, I want to kind of a recap of last year, the lessons learned, and what you hope the returning players will bring from last year's season.
Well, hopefully, I just want the kids to focus point for point. I preach that all the time. They just need to really focus on what they're doing point for point and take care of the ball. Keeping the energy, not allowing large runs. We got into some trouble last year with some serve receive where we got some spread and some points where, I really don't want that to be a case this year. So those are things that we're working on in the gym. Making in-game adjustments. I want the girls to make sure that we're doing what we need to do and being aggressive with the ball on offense, but also being smart on defense and making those adjustments where we need to stay competitive. Don't take any teams for granted. I want these girls to focus what's in front of them and not look too far ahead. Again, taking care of the ball and making sure that we do what we need to do and focus on the opponent that we have within that week or within that day or within those couple days. I don't want them to look too far ahead. Obviously, they've set goals, and we talk about those too, but I want them to just focus on that. Same mindset no matter who we're playing. Remain aggressive, make sure that they're doing what they need to do and that they're focusing on each other and what we're trying to accomplish out there on the floor. Trust, confidence, being aggressive. We have a lot of younger players. My upperclassmen are doing a great job helping to lead them, but just making sure that the mindset that we had last year we're continuing, but focusing on some new things. Being scrappy. I really, really want them to be scrappy. Last year, we got a little bit mental and, didn't focus on a few things. So I just really, we're focusing on being scrappy, and no matter where that ball is, everybody going for it and helping each other and communicating and coming together. Don't wear emotions on your face. That's another thing that kind of caught us. So we're really, really trying to focus on, keeping that positive attitude, that great energy. McKenna Rhodes, if you'll know when she's in the gym, everybody that watches her can hear her. So really focusing on her, helping to keep that energy high. She's a coach within herself on the team. So obviously I'm looking for big things from her. Move the ball around, keeping the tempo. I'm so glad that we have our setter coming back. We also have a new freshman setter that you'll see this year, but I'm so glad that we have her because offensively, I felt like that was our edge, and we'll have that again this year. So.
Well, let's have a meet the team segment. We'll let you go through your roster, call out the big names that we're going to be seeing out of Edgewood this year, and maybe some new faces that we should need to be aware of too.
Well, obviously, we lost one big piece of our team, and that was through McKenna Vencill. She was the only senior that we lost last year. So I have a nice, large, big group of seniors. I have 7 seniors coming back this year. So some familiar faces that you're going to see. We have Leah Guyton. She comes out of the middle. She's a big blocker for us. Held some really big stats for us last year, so she'll be returning. We have Gianna Iannetta, like I said, my setter. She runs the temple for us. She's a big voice for us, a captain for us. McKenna Rhodes, outside hitter, DS, plays all the way around for us. So you'll see her returning on the floor. Reagan Knox, right side in DS. You're going to see a lot more of her this year out on the floor. She's going to be a big force for us, and I'm looking forward to her. And she's got one of those positive attitudes too. So Bethany Adams, she played a little bit of JV and a little bit of RC, so she was in a couple games last year. We're looking for big things from her. She's going to be coming out of the middle for us, working hard and working on her blocking. We also have 2 other seniors that were on the JV. Didn't see a whole lot of them last year, but they are returning. That's Morgan Haywood, Michaela Spade. So you have them coming back. Some juniors we have coming back. Lucy Palillo, like I said, she's going to be our libero, our DS. She's replacing McKenna out there on the floor, so we're looking for big things from her. Addie Lamson, right side. She also is a DS for us. We saw her last year, and we're looking for big things from her this year. Sarah Lincoln, middle hitter. She's a right side for us, too. She's our lefty, so we're working and training her, so you're going to see quite a bit from her. Violet LaSalle, Kaylin McCoy, played some JV. They're also juniors. Big one for us is a sophomore, Faith Vencill. She's the only sophomore you'll pretty much see at this point, but she's huge. She led us in defense. She led us in hitting percentage last year. So obviously we're going to get big things from her. And then a huge freshman. I can't say enough about this kid, Summer Matthews. We've already seen her in the summer camp that we had through Lakeside. Some of you may have already been there or watched it on film. She is a huge force for us, and I'm so happy to have another set of hands and somebody who's just coachable, willing to come in and do what's necessary for the team. So look for big things from her too. We also have two other freshmen we may not see. We're training them, Lainey Brunell and Reagan Bibler. They're also two freshmen that will be up and coming, so I'm excited for them. Very talented. This year we just have a lot of talented kids, so obviously a lot of names there.
Let's talk about that schedule and the teams that are going to be in front of you in success. We'll start inside the conference. We know that you play in a very good one, very competitive one. What do you expect out of the conference this year, and what are some of the goals that you have for conference play?
One of the reasons that I'm really focused on game for game, let's be honest, these rivalries in the county. I mean, I am so glad we have a lot of veteran coaches in this county, so there's never a given. Anybody can be beaten on any day, no matter what you have. These gyms are packed. You got a lot of emotions. You got kids that grew up together that go to different schools, loud environments. So obviously, Geneva, Lakeside, Jefferson, Conneaut, they're all big games for us. Because, again, it doesn't matter what their records may be. They all show up to play because of the county rivalry. So, you got parents and families on other sides that are, going against each other. So it's always exciting. It's one of the things that I love about being here in Warrior Country. And doing the things that we do. I know I'm not the only coach that has that, but we also have a little bit of a rivalry and work. We saw that last year, and that was with PV and Madison. Never count them out. They're big teams, and they come at us aggressively. So as far as like conference, the in-county rivalry is just it's awesome to have it back, but it's one of those things that you can never count on.
When you venture outside of conference, it's all about testing yourselves. And really, those are games that, one, get you ready for conference play, but two, also get you prepped for tournament time. Who are some teams outside of the conference that you're excited that are on your schedule this year that you know is going to test the team?
We have a lot of changes this year. Craig did a really good job getting us, a lot of diversity. So we're going to see a lot of new teams this year. My first game is a tri-match. And that's with Streetsboro and Revere. We're playing at Revere. Those are teams that we didn't see last year, so I'm excited to see them. We played them August 17th, 10 a.m. I'm not exactly sure which one we play first, but we definitely have a tri-match with them. We have Kirtland this year, which I was hoping to play them last year. Looking forward to playing them this year. We have Hawken. Spoke to that coach when it came to the senior night, and we were able to coordinate together to play them. So we got Hawken this year. Chardon, West G, Perry, Girard, and then obviously St. John's. So lots of non-conference games, and hopefully lots of more rivalries, and we'll be able to play them again next year. But I'm looking really forward to that. We also have a different alignment. I know you're probably going to talk about that too, but just the unknown when it gets to tournament time after we get through some of these teams. I'm really excited for the changes. We went from Division II down to Division IV. So, I'm looking forward to that because, again, when it comes to tournament time, your emotions get the best of you, especially when you're playing a big Marlington. A team that, year after year after year is able to produce, great teams. We being in Division IV, it's kind of that unknown. I know I'm not the only coach that feels that way. So, and we also have South Range. South Range we played last year. We played them at home this year. We played them in a week where it was kind of back to back with Jefferson. We didn't really have a great game with them, so I'm looking forward to playing them again and hopefully getting a different outcome. And so that's what we have in our schedule. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, you brought up the tournament realignment. Usually in our season preview, we wouldn't make you talk about tournament time because we know you have a lot of stuff between now and then. But with the realignment in every sport that's not named football, what's it going to be like for you guys to, I don't want to say it's going to be easier because there's going to be good teams in every division no matter what you're doing. But what's it like to kind of at least feel a little bit more of an even playing field in Division 4 now?
That's what I'm excited about is, like I said, there's a lot of teams that I hadn't really followed because we were, not in their division. And with the movement, like I said, I know that just speaking to other coaches, I have lots of friends in the county, like they're all veteran coaches I coach with outside of season with Lovesh Shapila, as well as see them all year long. We talked about everybody is excited about it. I think the realignment has been good. I look forward to it, but I really think that it's a mindset. When you coach girls, when they're dealing with emotions get the best of us, and the unknown, not knowing, or maybe in the past they've had a certain experience. Marlington was something that we had an experience with, knowing that we would see them again. I don't want the emotions to play a role. The unknown and not knowing going in, I think is really going to help. Should keep that energy high and not allow emotions to get the best of us or allow runs to happen. Hopefully they just go in there and take care of business, take care of the ball, and do what we've been training to do all year. So I think that not just myself, but every coach is really looking forward to this realignment and having an opportunity to compete.
Coach, we can't let you go without letting you talk about your staff and the people that you have with you, because we know that you don't do it alone. We know that head coaches don't do it alone. So talk about the people you're working with and the people that help make this Edgewood volleyball program as good as it is.
I have to give a huge shout out, a huge thank you. My coaches, you are absolutely right. This isn't something that we do alone. I have girls on the floor that coach. They're always asking me and pushing me and making me do different things. But first of all, it's probably uncommon, but I want to thank my husband. My husband is a coach, even though he's not a paid coach. I can't do what I do without his support. He takes care of a lot of things. I have 3 children. So, he's a coach in and of itself. So I'm just thankful that he allows me to do what I do. Riley DeGeorge was returning for us. Riley DeGeorge comes with us with a lot of knowledge. She's really great with the kids, had played in college. So, she brings a lot to the table and she's always introducing different things. Her and I both are always open to doing different drills and pushing these girls in different ways. Stephanie Marcy is new coming back for us. I've coached with her in the past. She was with me down at the junior high, also played in college, has a lot of experience, lots of years under her. So she's back with me. I'm excited about that. She's going to be helping with the freshman program. We had tons of freshmen this year. For goodness sakes, my junior high was packed. There were like 30 7th graders. Tessa Daywalt comes from us from Alaska. She was a former graduate of Edgewood High School. She has 10 years experience, coached national teams, been coaching a long time. So she's now our new incoming 8th grade coach. I'm looking for big things from her. And then, believe it or not, you're going to love this. McKenna Vencill is coming on to our staff. I have another Vencill coming on to our staff. McKenna Vencill is doing our 7th grade. And again, just knowing that she was down there, she brought lots of kids, lots of interest. She brings, that's the wonderful thing, having McKenna down there, is that consistency. I've had her since she was 5 years old. She knows how to run the program. She knows what I expect. And having that down there is just going to be great for the program. So I'm excited about having her coming on.
You're right. I love it.
I figured you were going to say something too.
Keep that Vencill train going. Let's go.
No doubt.
Pretty soon we'll have coaches' corners with McKenna Vencill, I'm sure, down the pipeline.
I hope
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We'll have a Vencill every season, thanks to your work in volleyball. And we appreciate the time. We wish you the best of luck this year. We can't wait to talk to you in real soon.
Thank you. And thank you for everything you do for the kids.